I want to play the clip of Kyle receiving the news that he was found not guilty. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's really nice. It's really nice to watch. Not the fact that he's crying, but just the reaction and everything is pretty moving. I'm not even an emotional person, and I was getting choked up watching this. So can we play that, please, Brandon?
You're gonna make me cry again. Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant Kyle H. Rittenhouse not guilty.
Members of the jury, are these your unanimous verdicts? Is there anyone who does not agree with the verdicts as read? Would you wish the jury pulled?
Aw, Sarah.
It gets me every time. As a mom, it just really, really gets me. I just, I really was very emotionally invested in this case because you see how young white men are treated in society so often. And there was another example of that. And, while I am obviously a, quote, person of color, at least my oldest boy is very white-skinned. So I just... watching him have to go through this, watching his mother have to go through this, watching his family have to go through this. You saw him before the verdict was read. You saw him standing there and you could tell everything on his face showed that he was just completely terrified. He was just completely terrified that his entire life was over. His entire life was just there, ready to be taken from him. And just the relief that he had to have felt just as a mother. Like my whole heart goes out to him. Just watching the case, seeing the facts, knowing that he did the right thing and was trying to do the right thing by protecting private property in the first place. It just was, I just can't even imagine how he felt and how relieved he was in that moment and the adrenaline that must have been going through his body at that point.
I totally agree. I think that if you are not as a woman crying or as a man breaking drywall upon seeing that footage, then you're not like a real human being. Like he, exactly as you said, was filling the vacuum that was created because men who are in charge of protecting the community, whether that's through like law enforcement or even like, leadership politically, like they stood down and allowed for this to happen. And so he filled that vacuum as a 17-year-old, did so brilliantly. I mean, I've spoken to current and ex like Navy SEALs who said, I couldn't have done that same thing. And no one I know could have done that, let alone be a 17-year-old with no prior training, like significantly. It really was a miracle. And he is my hero. He is one of the greatest American heroes with definitely in the 21st century, other than like maybe Donald Trump, who's like a political hero, but like what he represents is just so significant. I think that for the rest of his life, he should basically be paid like a fixed salary of like $15 million to just play video games, do whatever he wants to do. Because he's just a kid. Like when I first got in contact with him, we were trading memes.
Do you love how he finds a way to be like,
so I know him.
Stop. That's not what this is about.
He's been hanging out with Elijah too much. You know?
That's not what this is about. This isn't to illustrate.
When I was telling him about my new merch coming out.
This is to illustrate a point. When I first got in contact with him, I didn't want to like blow up his phone. He's very busy. And so we were just going back and forth. And then I sent him like a meme or something. And he like sent like some crying, laughing emojis. And I just didn't respond because I was like, okay, he's busy.
Yeah, you don't want to bother him.
Exactly.
Right.
And he double texted me like 30 minutes later with just a picture of his dog with no context. And I almost choked up at that because he is literally just a kid who's like, I like dogs. Do you like dogs? Like here, look at my puppy. He's so cute. Look, he's sitting on the fireplace. He's not supposed to do that. And it's like these people want to ruin his life.
Yes.
And people don't often think or don't think about the reality of their own impermanence. Like every situation you've ever been in, whether you're in a fight with somebody or, you almost get hit by a car, you have always been able to talk your way out of every situation or get out of so you can continue on, see what happens next, to not only be in a position where you are almost executed on 3 separate occasions by people, actually even more than that, and be able to get out of that. But then the state weaponizes all of its legal infrastructure against you. To have him be standing there knowing in less than 3 minutes, I'm going to find out whether or not I'm free or whether it's over. I will never get to have freedom again for the rest of my life. life, I will literally just be confined into this area. Everything I've ever enjoyed, whether it's, going to the movies with my friends or, building a birdhouse even, that is all taken from me because evil people are in charge of things. We don't think about how scary that is because we are so accustomed to that framework of, I'll be fine. I've never been in real danger before. I can always get out of it. Like there's going to be a point when death comes or your life ends, whatever capacity that is, where you can't get out of it and you're screwed. And he looked that in the face on more than one occasion. One of that was today. And to watch that and even feel like secondhand, maybe even 1/10 of 1% of what he must have been feeling was just so overwhelming.